Chapter 6, Fire and Ice. The next day, the Snow Tigers are slated for another big game. All the team is assembled and warming up on the ice while you go around making sure the muscles are loose and safety gear is tight. You're gonna want to make sure you protect that gastroc, Luke. Yeah. I already warmed it up. And Alex, just that helmet. I don't want to see another concussion like last year. Thanks, Mommy dearest. I'll be good. Both players roll their eyes at you, but you can tell they appreciate having someone look out for them. You pause to watch as Lori whizzes by. It's practically glowing from last night, his smile beaming from ear to ear. Don't you have any words of wisdom for me? Yeah. To save a little magic for me. You flash him an equally beaming smile in return. Don't use up everything out here today. I was hoping you'd keep some of that for me. Your wish is my command. He gives you a mock salute before skating off to a run point on the next drill. You watch him go with a feeling of butterflies in your stomach. Until Hunter skates up and sends all the butterflies scattering. Where's my pep talk? I've been waiting for you to flatter me all day. Nice try. The last thing you need is another boost to your ego. Hunter smiles, fades as he notices your gaze flick to Lori before settling back onto him. Don't tell me you used up all your compliments on Golden Boy over there. And don't lie, I saw you run out of here last night like you had somewhere important to be. His eyes hardened to a dark, tantalizing gleam. And I saw what you were wearing while you did it. Hunter? It's none of your business what I do in my free time. You have no right to tell me where I can go and who I can go there with. You're right, I don't. But I'm not stupid, Jules. I can see what's happening right in front of my nose. You can't believe my plan worked so well. Or so quickly. In fact, Hunter holds up his hands before he can finish your sentence. And I don't want to hear about what happened between the two of you. I don't blame him. I wasn't going to give you the details. The only detail I want is how you can still be chasing that sad, boring, stick-up-his-ass guy. It's like you totally forget that there's a hot, willing piece of ass right here for the taking. A sharp pang of longing moves through your whole body. Everything with Hunter is so easy, but so different from what you want out of life. It's not that simple. You know how far back my thing with Lori goes. So? Don't be satisfied with that wet blanket. Not in the way you could be satisfied with me. All you think with is your hockey stick, and I'm not talking about the big one. You are more grateful than you can say when Coach Howie jogs up and interrupts the conversation. Malik, I've been looking for you. You're moving up in the first-line rotation for this game. You've earned it. Really? Yes, Coach. Coach, are you sure that's a good idea? Isn't it too soon to start changing the lineup? I think he's more than ready. Hunter's eyes flash as they meet yours. A smirk lifts his lips in a crooked smile. Yeah, Jules, I'm ready. The question is, are you? The rest of the team overhears the change and comes rushing over to congratulate Hunter. Congratulations, man. This should make for an interesting face-off. Interesting and dangerous. I like it. Just don't let any free slap shots happen, and you won't hear any complaints out of me. You guys can count on me. The exuberant mood shifts as Lori skates up, his expression inscrutable. You hold your breath, fearful of the explosion to come, when Lori holds out his hand and keeps it there until Hunter takes it. Congrats, Malik. You've been reckless, but there's no denying that you've been putting in the work, and it's paying off. Just don't let it go to your head. Wouldn't dream of it. I'm taking my place with the best of the best now. Everyone skates off to discuss the play. Now the game will change with Hunter playing alongside Lori. Only Hunter remains, and he vibrates with so much excitement that it's contagious. Wow, I've never seen a player work into the first rotation this fast. This is my big break. Look at me. I've gone from barely making the draft to first line. His confidence doesn't waver as he tilts his head towards the locker rooms. What do you say we duck in and back and we get me warmed up, Jules? Hunter, we can't do that. Relax, I'm in an actual warm-up. I need to be at my best to make this chance count. He leans in, his whole body drawing close enough for you to feel his latent energy and his strength and the power that both these things have over you. Anything Burke can do, I can do better. Just as long as I have you to loosen me up. God help me. Your head swirls as you picture all the ways you could comply with your hands and Hunter's muscles and enough warm oil to keep things moving. Getting the players ready is technically my job, and there's no reason I can't mix a little business with pleasure. Yes, there is. I know each and every one of you watching right now is super enthusiastic by Hunter and what you guys said in the comment section, so... Nice try, Hunter, but I know what'll happen if you get me alone in a room somewhere. Can't blame a guy for trying. You roll your eyes, but there's no hiding how much you want to give in. Remember to do your warm-ups for your left hamstring, and I don't want you aggravating it again. Got it, doctor's orders. As the game gets underway, you take your usual seat on the bench with the players and staff. Excitement is high, both on the sidelines and in the crowd. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen the crowd this amped up before. I love you, Hunter Melick! See, why don't you go pursue her? Get a hat trick, and I'll take off my shirt, Lori. See, even the fans know we've got a good thing going with those two. You lean forward and fix your whole attention on the ice, but it doesn't take long before you realize something's off. To the right, Melick, to the right. I was on the right. You were too slow with the pass. Get your act together, you two. I can't keep covering your asses. The opposing team manages to get the puck past Alex, bringing the score to 1-0. You can feel the energy in the arena starting to deflate already. Come on, team. We're better than this. It's the chemistry. Something's off. Yeah, your decision. Coach Howie scribbles a few notes on his clipboard before turning to you with a frown. I hate to say it, Jules, but Laurie is looking his age out there. And Hunter, you can see his inexperience playing with the team coming out. I think they'll both be fine as soon as they settle down. It's still early. They'll find their stride before the period ends. I hope you're right about that. You sit back and refuse to let the glum mood on the bench bring you down. They're professionals. They'll figure it out. The play continues much the same as before. Laurie always seems a few steps behind, and Hunter makes up for it by going all out. Whoa, did you see that crossover? Wait, is he breaking away now? You can feel the strain of every person in the arena as Hunter clears a path to the net. With a tricky fake that almost sends him flying, he pulls back the stick and... he scores! The crowd goes wild as the score is brought to 1-1 tie with just a few seconds remaining in the period. Hunter lifts his arms as he takes a celebratory lap and rakes in the applause. As he slides past you, he slows down just enough to wink and flash you a determined smile. Not so bad, eh? I've seen worse. Alright guys, bring it in. As the first line tumbles into the box, Laurie rips off his helmet and practically throws it at Hunter. You can't pull crap like that, Melick. You're leaving our defensive shape exposed. Exposed to what? I scored. You were lucky this time, but stunts like that will end up costing the team more goals than they gain us. Where we're losing. Someone has to score, and I sure as hell don't see you putting in the effort. Hunter falls angrily to the bench on one side of you, while Laurie slumps on the other. You can feel the tension simmering off of each of them. Cheer Laurie up. You turn to Laurie and fix your whole attention on him. It's only the first period. You guys just haven't hit your stride yet, that's all. You lightly bump his hip. Don't you remember the game against DC? The team didn't come together until the very end, and once you did, there was no going back. It's kind of magic when that happens, isn't it? As Coach Howie starts issuing a few curt orders to the team, Laurie draws your attention with a touch of your shoulder and pulls his hand from his glove. Hey, would you mind doing a quick check on my hand? I got sticked out there. It's probably nothing, but... Of course. Let me get my bag. You reach for the medical bag under your seat, and Laurie's hand closes around yours as you grab it. The touch of his palm is rough but comforting, especially when he interlaces his fingers through yours. You poke and prod for a few seconds, but it's obvious there's nothing wrong with him. Is this supposed to be a trick? How strange. I guess just having my hand in, your hand in mine is enough to heal me. There's no way to hide that smile that springs to your face at those words, and Hunter notices big time. Seriously, Burke? That's the oldest trick in the book. And it works. Shut up. An oldie but a goodie, rookie. You could learn a thing or two. You take your hand back, but the damage is already done. As Coach sends the team back out on the ice, the antagonism between Laurie and Hunter only grows. Make sure you guys wipe the ice with the team. You got this. Go out there and kill it. That's, the plan, Jules. The only thing you kill is the vibe, Burke. You wince as Hunter hits the ice with even more aggression than the first time. His moves are wild, dangerous, even if he does seem to be getting results. He's like a one-man hurricane out there. And potentially as destructive as one. You grip the edge of your seat as Hunter takes control of the puck, faces two defenders at once. With a huge lunge, he attempts to juke them both. Feinting first left, then right, he manages to leave both defenders in the dust. Take the shot! I can't watch this. Hunter lines up a shot, raising a stick, and gets checked from behind. Hunter crashes to the ice, clutching his left hamstring. Hunter. Within seconds, you're on the ice with your medical bag. You push Hunter onto his back and start testing his range of motion. He grits his teeth in pain, but that doesn't stop him from winking at you. Damn, Jules. Can't keep your hands off me for 5 minutes, can ya? Hunter, you're the one flat on his back. If you didn't want me to touch you, maybe you should have stayed on your feet. That's a price I'd pay anytime. As you push and bend Hunter's thigh, unhappy with his response, Coach Howie comes to join you. How bad is it? Well, it's not good. We're probably dealing with a muscle strain, but I'll need to see him in the exam room to be sure. Oh, hell no, I'm not leaving now. Give me 5 minutes to get some ice on it, and I'll be fine. You don't have a choice, Hunter. We can't just ignore something like this. The game is on the line, Jules. Hunter knows his own limits if he thinks he can keep going. I can. Sorry, but I'm the expert here. I don't care what you think. I'm in charge of the player health, and all I say, it's time to pull him. Damn. The league is getting soft these days. Coach Howie is obviously disappointed, but he knows when you mean business. You heard the woman, Malik. You're out for the rest of the night. That's bullshit! You can chew me out in the locker room, but you're getting off the ice either way. Hunter storms the locker room and throws his gear into his locker. You follow at a safe distance, but his irritation with you is undeniable, and so is his limp from the injury. I can't believe you pulled me out of the game over a tiny little knock. A tiny knock? Any more of a strain and you'd be on a stretcher. I've played worse, or through worse. Hunter. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna give him a little bit of tough love. Suck it up. You think you're the first player who had to take a back seat due to an injury? Poke a finger in the center of his chest so he knows you mean business. Grow up. I don't have time or the energy to babysit you. Hunter watches you with a growing sense of respect. Do you talk to all your hockey players this way? No, just the young, stubborn mules. Only the ones I like. Now, are you ready to deal with this like an adult now? He sags to the bench, his head in his hands. Sorry if I overreacted, but this game was bigger than the chance to prove myself to the team or the fans. He looks up at you with a stark, honest expression you've never seen from him before. This was my chance to prove myself to you. Me? All the other players, these men, women who basically took their first steps on the ice. I never had that. Where I grew up, there wasn't enough money for hockey lessons and expensive gear. Hunter, it was street play or nothing for me. Everything I had to earn the hard way. You lower yourself to the bench next to him, afraid to touch him, but unable to resist. You place your hand on his knee. I'm sorry, I didn't know how hard it was for you. Until I came here, it didn't really bother me, but then I met you. He stares at your hand, all of his muscles tensing at once. Now I want to be the star with the name and the money. The one who can give or have any girl he wants. But you can already do that. Not like Laurie. Admit it, Jules. That's why you won't give me a real shot. I'm not him. And if I get pulled out over this little injury, I never will be. Hunter, you don't have to be a star. You can just be yourself. You might Fine, that's hard to believe, but I like how different you are from Lori. Bullshit. He squeezes his knee. He reacts with a sharp intake of his breath. You're cocky, reckless, unafraid of anything. Tell me that isn't hot. Hunter's mouth is on top of yours before you have a chance to say more. All the frustration and anger of the past 10 minutes course through you both, resulting in a furious tangle of lips and tongues. Say that again, Jules. Fishing for compliments, Malik. You're gonna have to do better than one little kiss. Challenge accepted. He pulls you roughly towards him, his mouth a delicious whirl of hunger and sensation. As he tilts your head back, he leaves no part of you untasted. I don't need a pedigree or fame or money, Hunter. I never have. Find me women like that, please. Okay, thank you. Then what do you need? You cup his face in your hands and gently touch your lips to his. With a coaxing, teasing slide of your tongue, you pry open his mouth and kiss him long and deep. Right now, just you. His arms hook around your waist and slide up your back as your mouth slashes over the top of his. Your body burns everywhere it touches his, your hips straining to feel his body. In that case, you can have as much of me as you want. His hands are suddenly everywhere, up your back, towards your neck, his fingers pressing deep along the back of your head. Though, through it all, your mouth never leaves his. The taste of him sends your every sense spiraling out. Oh God, I need you now. Hunter's response is a groan that rocks you to your core. This moment has been a long time coming, and you aren't about to waste it. In that case, you can have me, but I'm taking you somewhere hot and wet first. You gasp as he pulls you to your feet and grabs your hand. He heads for the showers, and all you have to do is follow. I was about to say, most people are like, yo, listen, I'm not interested in Hunter. Why is he being forced upon me? Yeah, good question. Also twice in the same damn chapter. I didn't mean to click that. Oh well, screw it. YOLO, right? You stumble behind Hunter, letting his determined stride lead the way to the showers. You barely step inside when Hunter slams you up against the wall. He yanks your hands above your head and pins you in place. I've been dreaming of this since the moment I first saw you across the ice. He kisses you with a hard, ruthless press of his lips against yours. As he lays claim to your mouth, you find yourself sagging against the wall and against him. In your dreams, what do I do first? You mean, other than moan and beg me to climb you like a tree? Lord. He drives his hips into yours, sending a jolt of hot, liquid need coursing through you. He shifts his hold on your wrist to one hand, which frees the other to slide down your straining body. Submit to me in every possible way, obviously. You sigh happily, as both hunger and raw power radiate off of him. You could fight against him, but only by turning on the water. Without saying a word, you reach behind you and turn the knob for the water. Hot cascade of liquid immediately sprays both of you. What the? Use a sudden loss of balance to switch places so that you're the one pressing him into the wall. You said you wanted it hot and steamy, remember? I'm just obeying your orders. As the water soaks through your clothes, you can start to see and feel every outline of his body. You run a hand down the hard wall of his chest, the wet fabric clinging to his every muscle like a second skin. I had no idea following orders could feel so good. Hunter reaches for the bottom of his shirt and neatly whips the fabric free. You blink, dazed at the sight of it all, the bare, glorious skin before reaching for his waistband. Let me help you with that. Not a chance, Jules. Seeing you naked is all I've been thinking about for weeks. You give a delighted cry as Hunter practically rips the clothes from your body. He can't get you undressed fast enough, his fingers scrambling with buttons and zippers as he lays you bare. As the last of your clothing are discarded, Hunter pauses to drink in the sight of your endless curves and downy softness. With a ragged breath, he strips the rest of his clothing away. So much for his leg hurting. Now that's what I'm talking about. Even though you try to gain control over yourself, Hunter immediately pounces and takes your mouth once again. One of his hands slides around your waist while the other lowers to your bare ass. The touch of his fingers against your skin feel impossibly hot until he staggers against you with a grunt. Wait, your hamstring. Look at that. Foreshadowing. Me calling it. Oh, forget it. I'd much rather be thinking about your body right now. Sit your damn ass down. You snap your fingers and point to a bench built into the shower wall. With a glare that leaves no room for doubt, you take control. I'm in charge of your health, remember? That means your body belongs to me until the end of the season. A slow, satisfied grin crosses his face. And what if I refuse? Then I'll make you eat those words literally. Step closer to him, your chest bumping against his. The flare of hot, willing interest in his eyes is impossibly to ignore. You whisper your mouth over his, allowing your tongue to play lightly against his lips before slipping it between them. How does my victory taste? As you slide your tongues along his, you put a hand flat on the center of his chest and force him onto the bench. All right, Jules, now that you've got me where you want me, what do you plan to do to me? I plan to massage your injury, obviously. He grunts with dissatisfaction as you start to work the edges of his muscle. You dig your thumbs into the back of his thigh as hard as you dare while he's still so fresh from the ice. This is not what I had in mind when I tore your clothes off. Too bad, so sad. I know, you wanted to throw me to the floor and have your wicked way with me. You stop working his muscle long enough to smirk up at him. But if I'm going to wreck this body of yours, I want to make sure it can stand up to anything. His tongue darts out, touches his lips, his eyes glaze with desire. Anything? You sense something starting to shift inside of him. He's not ready to let you all the way in, but you sense a crack starting to form. I'll tell him how he makes me feel. I plan to rock his world. He makes me feel. My job is to take care of your physical needs, Hunter, and I'm gonna do that in every possible way. But you're more than just a heap of muscles to me. That's unexpected. He lifts your hand from his leg and slides his fingers through yours. There's something painfully sweet about the gesture, until he twists your arm up behind your back. Now it's my turn to show my appreciation. We bound chicka wow on. Your whole body thrums as your breathing slows and your heart starts to beat normally again. You press your forehead against Hunter's in a brief touch. The whole period was a waste of time. I'm getting my ass handed to me on a plate out there. I don't know. You had some good saves, Alex. And the rest of us had no goals, so what good does it do? You and Hunter scramble into your clothes before anyone has a chance to catch you in the act or notice how wet you both are. I'll sneak back into the showers while you go through your office. Good call. With any luck, no one will notice we've been missing. You sneak around through the office and enter the locker room to find the whole team surrounding Hunter and peppering him with questions about his injury. As you approach the group, they all turn to get their attention to you. What's the word, Jules? We're barely hanging on to our 1-1 game out there. We need Hunter to tear it up again. Hunter shoots you a challenging look over their heads. He looks like a man who's been thoroughly shaken, and who did plenty of shaking of his own in return. Yeah, Jules. Did I do a good enough job to get back on the ice? Hunter's performance could use some work. You flash Hunter a playful smirk. It was an energetic showing, but I have a few notes, including the fact that he's not going back on the ice until next game. The whole locker room deflates and starts grumbling. You're just about to give them a stern speech of health and safety when Lori steps into the room. Alright guys, leave Jules out of this. It's not her fault we've crawled so far up our own asses that we can't see a way out of it. Yep, no, I like him. Thank you. I've been saying this the whole time. What we need right now is to remember that we're a damn good team, and it's about damn time we start acting like one. You step back as Lori launches into some kind of rallying speech that makes him such a great captain. Until Hunter took that fall, he was the only one of us showing the kind of spirit we need to win big. We need to all channel our inner Hunter and play with the kind of ferocity he shows in every choice he makes. That's the spirit. I'm in. Yeah, you got a compliment. Hunter, calm down. Lori looks at you for a long moment before turning his attention back to the team. You squirm, hoping he can't tell what you've been up to, or who you've been up to with. Let's get out there and win this game, okay? So we can give Hunter his first game puck. Well, team cheers heads out for the third and final period of the game. You start to follow them, but decide to enjoy a moment alone with Hunter first. That bastard. So, are we going to talk about what just happened? Because I definitely have some thoughts. No. No. He casts his gaze to his feet and starts to push past you towards the door. You try to stop him, but he's limping enough for you to jump out of the way. Hunter. What's wrong with you all of a sudden? What's going on? Did one of the players say something to you? Can't you tell I'm not in the mood? You watch, stunned and hurt, as Hunter offers you a cold shoulder and limps away. Go watch the rest of the game, Jules. I'm not ready for this. I can't believe you're just gonna walk away. He doesn't acknowledge you as he leaves the locker room. You're just left standing alone and very confused. Did he really just like me, or was this whole thing just a ploy to beat Laurie at his own game? Alright, so without further ado, thanks for watching. Sorry about picking the diamond choice. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you at least enjoy the content that I do, right? Like, at least trying to bring some entertainment to it. It's super hard, though, with this book. Because it's nonsensical and it's forced upon, and I don't like that. I don't like having, like, someone force themselves on me. I don't think anyone would, but, you know, I digress. And the fact that Hunter is literally being forced down our throat. Again, yeah, I picked the diamond choice by accident. A little Freudian slip of my brain clicking the wrong thing, but I'm just, I don't know. I look at how many of you are tuning into this whole book, right? And the consensus is pretty much all of you hate it. And I don't blame you. I really don't. Like, there's a few of you that are okay with it, but for the most part, a lot of you hate it, and I don't blame you. I take no enjoyment or interest in this book because of stuff like that. One, when you guys aren't enjoying it, but also two, when it's just not that enjoyable for me personally. So it's a double whammy for me. So again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But other than that, thanks again for tuning in. Check out the other content that's been uploaded today and is going to be uploaded after this too. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.